Friends, welcome to Abhivakti India's Future Classroom. In today's episode of Quantitative Aptitude, we will study the tips and tricks to solve the sums on percentage. Welcome and excel in PO exam. Here is the first question on the screen, that the population of the village will decrease by 20% in the next year. After 1 year, the population of the village will be 1600. What is the population today? Friends, here we are doing these questions without using any formula. Here is a trick. So first let assume that the population is 100. We take it 100 because taking the percentage of 100 is very easier. So if the population is 100 and in 1 year it decreases by 20%, so minus 20%, and the 20% of 100 is 20, and since it is a decrease, it is minus 20, so 100 minus 20, it will be 80. So 100 reduced to 80, then 600 will be to what? So you will get 1600 into 100 divided by 80. This 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. 8 2s are 16. It will be 200, and 200 into 10, that will be 2000. This term you get by writing like this. For the population of 80, it is 100. So for the population of 1600, what will be its original population? So we cross multiply this to 1600 into 100 and divide it by first one, because this is a direct variation. The second question is that a man had rupees 5000 rupees in his locker 3 years ago. In the first year, he deposited 25% of the amount in the locker. In the second year, he deposited 30% of the increased amount, and in the third year, he withdrew 20% of the amount. Find the amount. Now, 3 years ago, the person had rupees 5000 in his locker. So instead of taking 5000, we will start with 100, because to do the calculations with 100 is easier. So let the amount be 100. So in the first year, he deposits 25%. So plus 25% it will be, and 25% of 100, that will be 25, and so the amount in the next year will be 125. In the second year, he deposits 30% of the increased amount, 30% of 125. So 30% of 125 will be 37.50. How do you get? Just first take the 10% of 125, just put a decimal point after one digit, so it will be 12.5. Then another 10% will be 12.5, another 10% will be 12.5, and together you will get 37.50. So 125 plus 37.50, that will be 162.50. Now in the third year he withdrew 20%, that is minus 20%, because the money is taken out. So 162.50, its 20% is taken out of the deposit, and so it will be 10% will be 16.25, another 10% will be 16.25, so it will be 32.50. So this minus this, you will get 130 rupees. So for 100 rupees it is 130 rupees. So for 100 rupees it is 130 rupees. So for 5000 rupees, what will be the amount? We cross multiply and divide by the first one. So 5000 multiplied by 130 divided by 100. So this will be equal to 6500 rupees. So the required amount is 6500 rupees. Friends, here is the another question, that the population of the country will increase by 10% in 1 year, and it will decrease 20% in the second year. So what population of the country will increase or decrease? So first take that the population of the country is 100. In the first year it increased by 10% plus 10, so it will be 10. So new population will be 110. In the second year it decreases by 20%, that is minus 20. So 20% of 110, 10% will be 11, another 10% will be 11, and together it will be 22. So 22, this population is decreased. So 110 minus 22, that will be equal to 88. So for 100 it is 88. It means how much decrease is there? It is just 12% decrease. So in the first year it is decreased by 10%, in the second year, in the first year it is increased by 10%, in the second year it is decreased by 20%, and therefore the population of the country that will decrease by 12%. Next is the price of a petrol is increased by 20%. What percent change should be in consumption such that there is no change in expenditure over petrol? So first assume that the price of the petrol is 100. It is increased by 20%, that the consumption is of 100 rupees. It is increased by 20%, so it is increased by rupees 20. So now the total consumption is of rupees 120. But we have to keep this consumption as 100 only. It means we will have to decrease our consumption by rupees 20. So what percent of 120 is 20? That we will have to calculate. What percent of 120 is 20? So that can be calculated by dividing 20 by 120. So it will be equal to 16.66%. So we will have to decrease our expenditure over petrol by 16.66%. Friends, here we suggest you few videos. Just click on the links. Squaring a number closer to 100, time and work tricks and tips, how to add consecutive numbers quickly, squaring numbers from 200 to 299, its tricks, and puzzle your friends with mathematical tricks. Visit us at www.excelinpoexams.in. Friends, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you might have enjoyed. If yes, please like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. If you dislike it, please give the suggestions to improve it through comments. Thank you very much.